Okay, this is the idea. An idea born out of curiosity and the love of golf and maybe just a little bit of boredom on my part. Now, at the end of this video, you might think this is the dumbest thing you've ever heard of. You don't want to have anything to do with it. Nobody would blame you whatsoever because I will admit this is a crazy idea. But you might also agree that it's the craziest thing, but you still want to do it. Because if you don't do it, then you will have not have done it. And well, let's face it, you want to do it. So our journey begins in Syracuse, New York, where we take a big plane. Probably won't be Southwest, but it'll be a plane for sure. And we fly to the beautiful city of Denver, Colorado, one of the many places in the world I've never been. And when we get to the airport, we're going to rent a car. Probably won't be this kind of car, but let's just pretend we're going to be in this kind of car. And we hop in the car with our golf clubs and we get ourselves heading west, driving through Denver and up into the Rocky Mountains. I'm sure it'll be very picturesque. And we will drive on our way to Copper Creek Golf Course in Frisco, Colorado, which will take probably 2 hours to get to. Um, Frisco, Colorado is the home of Copper Mountain, and at the Copper Mountain is an enormous ski resort in the wintertime, very popular. But in the summertime, at the top of the mountain, they have a golf course, 18-hole PGA rated golf course called, surprisingly enough, Copper Creek Golf Course. Pete and Perry Dye designed it, two people that have never invited me to their house. And you'll see that it's a full 18-hole golf course. You know, it's not a little pitch and putt. And we're going to play around there. Then after that round, we're going to hop back into our fictional vehicle um, uh, towards and start driving towards um, Eagle, Colorado Regional Airport, which will take us down through the Rocky Mountains. It'll probably take us about an hour and a half to get there. And when we get to Eagle County Regional Airport, uh, which you can see they have a lot of flights in and out, but we're going to have a little dinky plane waiting for us to pick us up, take off, fly up over those big scary mountains, and head towards Death Valley National Park in California. That flight will take approximately 2 hours. And when we fly into Death Valley, we will see the Furnace Creek Oasis at Death Valley. You can see there's nothing but desert around. But we got a little dinky airstrip right there. And so our little dinky plane is going to land on a little dinky airstrip. And we're going to find ourselves at Furnace Creek Airport, 211 feet below sea level, along with Furnace Creek Golf Course. Now, this is also a golf course that's PGA certified. You know, Perry Dye is involved in this one too. We're going to play around here. We're going to hop back into our plane, our little dinky plane, probably exhausted, and we are going to fly back to Eagle, Colorado, into the regional airport there where we started. We're going to hop back into the car and we're going to drive back to Denver International Airport. We're going to hop back in the plane and we're going to fly back to Syracuse where we started. And this will be over the course of 3 days, between leaving and coming back 3 days. A very rush kind of idea, not a scenic thing. You know, it's important that we do it the way that we do it all in one day. Now you're asking yourself why? Why would I want to do such a crazy, stupid thing? I could stay at home and play golf and not hopscotch all around the country with my clubs. Why would I want to do this? And the reason is Copper Creek Golf Course, the 14th tee box, is 9,863 feet above sea level. Furnace Creek, our second golf course, the fifth green, is 215 feet below sea level, with a difference of over 10,000 feet in difference between the two golf rounds. If we did that, the Guinness Book of World Records would consider that officially amazing and would enter us into their record books as the greatest altitude differential between two complete 18-hole rounds of golf played on the same day. The North American record can never ever be beat unless they find some golf course higher up in the mountains, but I doubt that's going to happen. So we would always hold that record. There's different ways that we're going to have to verify what we did because the Guinness people may or may not have an observer stay with us the whole time to make sure that we played all 18 holes at the first course, played all 18 holes at the second course, and it was all done in one day. But we're going to have other ways to verify what we did. Now, of course, this is not going to be a free endeavor. And here's a spreadsheet of my estimated expenses. This makes the most sense if we have 4 people doing this. If we only have 2 people, it's a lot more expensive. But the plane would hold 4 people, 4 sets of golf clubs, et cetera, et cetera. You'll see the column for the individual expenses and the column for the group expenses. The car and the plane are group expenses. Everything else, you're paying your own side of it. The golf course, everything else. So, and here's the rough breakdown of how what time each of these things are going to happen. We're also going to be going between 2 time zones, but we have a 2.5-hour buffer based on how much daylight there is and how much time it's going to take to do all this golfing and flying. It starts when we tee off at Copper Creek and ends at the last putt at Furnace Creek. And it just has to be within the same day. I've looked, and there's no record even remotely close like this. And so we've got less than 90 days before June. We're doing it the weekend before June 21st, so we'll have plenty of light no matter what. And we got to make some decisions so we can put down the deposits. And I guess that makes this decision time. Like I said at the top of the hour, if you don't want to do this, nobody's going to scream and yell at you about it. And quite honestly, nobody's going to blame you. So that's the idea in a nutshell. It's crazy, it's wild, but nobody's ever done it, and that doesn't seem like a bad idea. So goodbye, folks. Good luck.